Many happy people holding hands. Oh, it's sunshiny today. What's up? It's that guy. What's happening, my players? What's going? What? Brr, 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 brr. Yeah, it's that guy. What's up, guys? Just got out of the gym. And there was something I want to talk about that I thought of yesterday. I was watching a movie. A friend of mine, actually Justin, you guys know Justin, fellow co-founder of Elite Self, told me to check out this movie, right? So I checked out this movie, and it reminded me of the Heider-Simmell experiment. Now, what's the Heider-Simmell experiment? Check it out. I'll put the link below. It's pretty cool. Actually, what I want you to do before you finish this, I'll give you a little time to watch it. So I got a link below. Check out the link below, right? Check it out. And what I want you to do when you're watching it is tell me what's happening. Tell me what's happening in what you're watching, obviously. So I'll give you some time. All right, you watched it. Awesome. So what happened? What happened in this video? And basically what the Heider-Simmell project was, they'd have groups come in and they'd ask people like, hey, what happened in this video? Like, there's a triangle, there's a circle, it's moving around. And what they found out is like everybody perceived they saw the shapes as people, and the way I look at it, now if you actually read the experiment, it's not exactly how I'm telling you what it's about, but it's what I learned from it and how I kind of got my own thing out of it. But either way, as humans, we find purpose and meaning to anything. So imagine you just watched a video about triangles and circles moving around, right? And you made a story out of it, right? So you can't just watch it and then leave and be like, okay, whatever, I just watched some triangles and circles moving around. You can't. Like, we're not necessarily designed to do it. Now, maybe you'd be like, I don't know what it's about, I'm gone, whatever. But the reason I bring this up is because, I was watching a movie this weekend and I was like, dude, I have no idea what this is about. And think about other movies. Think about a movie you're just like, dude, what happened? Like, what was in there? Like, what happened again now? What was the unicorn, monkey, man, bear, pig thing again? What was that thing doing? Monkey, man, bear, pig, unicorn. Either way, you'd be like, what was that about? And why do you ask these questions? It's like you have to find a meaning to it. You might just do it right after the movie or whatever you were watching and be like, man, what happened? Talk to some people. Do you think this is what it was? You think this is what it was? Somebody just straight up made that mess up, right? It's just out of their minds. They're just like, oh, whatever. Let's just have that jump out of there. And then you're going to analyze why it jumped out of there and what it was in deep thought, right? You have to put a meaning to it. That's what we do. We're human, right? And the point of me saying this is every situation in your life, everything that you go throughout your daily life, you put meaning to it. Now, what actually happens may not be the meaning that was intended for you. You know what I mean? Like, you got paddled or whatever as a kid. What do you see? Some people might see, oh, my parents used to beat me. They never loved me, blah, blah, blah. You can look at it like that. Or you can look back and be like, man, that was that time I broke into my neighbor's house and stole those Twinkies and then I got paddled. Boy, they taught me a good lesson. So you can perceive things differently. And also it could be at work. You could have this boss that's like in your face all the time. And it's like, man, this guy, he's just out to get me. He or she's out to get me fired. They don't want me to succeed. You can look at it like that. Or you can be like, hey, they're really pushing me. If I'm able to conquer this boss or, be able to make this person happy, it's not about making them happy necessarily. It's about the challenge that they're giving you. Because there's some people you're just not going to make happy. And that's why it's important that you're doing things for yourself, not for others. So you never want it to be, oh, wow, my goal is to make my boss happy. And then that's my challenge to myself. No. You don't want to put yourself in a position that your happiness, your emotions, your success is based on other people's emotions. you'll always lose, because what are you doing? You're putting the power in everybody else's hands. You don't want to do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. So the way you want to look at it is how, no matter what it is, and let's say your boss tells you, like, hey, come to my office, man. Let's go. Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't like you. I'm trying to get rid of you. You suck. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Let's say he straight up tells you that specific thing. Let's say you know for a fact 100% this person's trying to get rid of you or whatever, or whoever. It doesn't even have to be work, whatever situation. You know it, right? You know for a fact this is what's happening. How's it any different from a movie? You see a movie, you have no idea what's going on. You can interpret it and make it into anything. Now you can go find the director and say, or the writer. You can find the screenwriter or whoever wrote the story, whatever, and be like, hey, what was the meaning of that? You could do that, but nobody does. But the point of it is you can make the story in whatever you want it to be. You might as well make the story into a way it's going to benefit you every day in every scenario that's not benefiting you. So if your boss directly tells you that, you could be like, man, he's trying to get rid of me, and every time he gives you that extra project or whatever, or puts you with that crappy employee to tag team a job or something, you can look at it like, oh, he's just trying to get rid of me. Here we go. Like, how's he going to try to fire me? I got to do my best because blah, blah, blah. Or you're going to be like, hey, if I can conquer this boss, if I can do my best and like I said, it doesn't mean that you're going to be the best. Sorry. It doesn't mean that he's going to be satisfied. He or she's going to be satisfied in your work. It just means that you're challenging yourself. You're seeing it as a challenge. You're seeing it as, boy, this person's pushing me, but man, if I can stay focused, if I can do my job or do my job even better than I'm doing, imagine how good I'll be if I get a boss that's encouraging. Because you get somebody that's always pushing you and always helping you, you don't really understand what it's like to have somebody against you. If you can master something where you're constantly surrounded by people that are weak or people that aren't helping you, you're even stronger when you're getting around people that are there to push you and develop you. Everything's not always easy. You can't expect everything to be sunshine and rainbows and, yay, everybody's helping me, high five, everybody. No. These are the challenges in life you have to accept, and you have to realize everything's put there for a reason. Everything, and that's the mentality you have to have. Why is this here? And I think I talked about this before of having, asking the right questions. You have to ask the right questions. Why is this? You don't want to say, why is my boss being so mean to me? That's not a good question. Guess what? Because like I said before, your brain will find the answer. It will find the answer. So it'll find why your boss doesn't like you. Does that benefit you? No. So you find out, how can I make this scenario benefit me? So the challenge of the day is, you need a scenario that's just recently happened, or you can wait to the end of the day and think of a situation that happened today or last week, whenever. But I want you to ask that question. Ask that question of, what scenario did I recently have that I can ask that question and restructure it? First, think about how you looked at it. Make sure it's something that you are looking at in a negative light, that you need to put it in a light of self-development, a light of you being challenged. It's kind of like me being at my job. I'm planning on leaving that place very soon. I've got some things lined up. I'm trying to leave, right? Now, I could stay there and be like, I hate this place. My bosses are idiots. And don't get me wrong, people there are really cool. But, in any other scenario, it's like, I can't stand this place. I dread driving to work. Why do that when I can go into work and be like, okay, what can I learn today? What can I do what can I do now that will benefit me later? What can I do at this place daily that will develop me to where when I do leave, things are good. You'll start realizing doors will start opening for you. Why? Because you're doing more than what's expected, because you're doing it for yourself. Now you're no longer doing it for the company you work for. You're doing it for yourself. And when you do it for yourself, you're more invested in yourself than anything else. Sure, you might like your company, but in the end, it's about you. It's about your family. It's about your well-being. So it's important that you focus on yourself. And if a company tells you that that's selfish, or anybody tells you, oh, that's selfish, it's narcissistic, whatever, then they don't understand this concept. They don't understand the concept of developing yourself will better you at everything outside of that. Let's say you're the master at work, but your home life sucks. Like, you're gonna accidentally bring that in. Let's say you try to keep it out. When you go into work, you're gonna bring that stress in there. It's difficult to separate it. But imagine if your home life is great. Like you know what you want every day. You have things planned out. Doesn't matter if you're in debt. Doesn't matter what issues you have, or whatever. But if you have it planned out and you know the direction you're going, anywhere else that you go, like, people will see that. People will see, like, this person is organized. They know what they're doing. They're evolving. They're becoming better and better. So, right, get to the point. Challenge for you today is find a situation, could be today or recently, that you looked at something in a negative light. You looked at something negatively. Now, usually it's a person, like, oh, this person wanted me to do this and blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't have to be. It could be a situation where it's out of your control, where, oh, this customer came in mad and, like, I can't stand these people. Why do they talk to me like this? Whatever. Ask the question, how can I make this benefit me? What's the challenge that I'm being given to grow? Because the challenge you're being given, just think about all the things that were difficult when you first, just in life in general. And then after time, you've kind of overcome them. This is just the next level. This is the next level you need to hit to reach that next pinnacle of your skill or whatever you're trying to do. So that's the way you need to look at it. Like, hey, if I conquer this, I'll be getting to the next level. Do you want to stay at the level that you're at now? It doesn't matter where you're at. You can be Elon Musk level. Let's get to that next level. It doesn't matter where you are. You as an individual is what's important. Don't compare yourself to other people. There's no reason for that. Just wherever you are at, you want to get to the next level. How do you get to the next level? Challenges. How do you find challenges? Every day there's challenges. And that's you perceiving things as a challenge. So if something's difficult, don't just blow it off. See what it is. Reevaluate it. Ask yourself, how can this benefit me? What's the challenge inside of this, and how do I need to perceive this? Do that, and you're on your way to being elite. My brothers, take care. It's Monday. Let's kill this week out. All right? Take care. Ho!